After widespread community transmission, Boone County announces big changes. And after just 1 week on campus, the positivity rate in college-aged adults more than doubling. And the numbers MU is providing doesn't paint the full picture.
It's week 1 of Friday Night Fever, and it's history in the making as the Capital City Cavaliers play their first ever varsity game. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Today, new COVID-19 numbers from Boone County are showing evidence of widespread community transmission. Good evening, everyone. I'm Annabelle Thorpe, and thanks for joining us. The county reported 81 new cases today. The health department says the 7-day positivity rate is the highest it has been at 44.6%. Before this week, the highest it had been was 15.8% back in early July. Now the county is placing new restrictions on businesses in an effort to try to slow the spread. County's news conference this morning and joins us live in downtown Columbia with details on the new regulations.
The new order mainly affects restaurants and bars that sell alcohol, like Harpo's here just behind me, and that 44.6% positivity rate is the reason the county placed that new health order.
We monitor our positivity rate. As of today, for the previous 7 days, it's 44.6%. That is evidence of widespread community transmission.
That means nearly half of those tested came back positive.
Really, we're seeing increases all around.
Boone County and Columbia have seen a steady increase in COVID-19 cases in the month of August.
It takes effect immediately,
which led to these new health orders. Any restaurants that serve alcohol, bars, and entertainment venues need to close by 10 p.m. Any restaurant or bar selling alcohol must stop serving alcohol by 9 p.m.
There are people who have been trained in infectious disease transmission, and their opinions cannot be ignored. We would be foolish not to listen to those opinions.
The new orders are an extension of the previous health guidelines, meaning people are still expected to wear masks and social distance. As for enforcement of the order,
if we find a business open that should not be, then we can go in and educate them on the order, and if we have continued problems, we'll do what we've done in the past, which is issue a notice of violation to the prosecutor.
Restaurants and bars that serve alcohol can remain open past 10, but only for curbside pickup and food delivery. The health order will remain in place until Thursday, September 17th, and that's only if the county doesn't modify, extend, or rescind the new health order. Reporting live in Columbia, Peyton Headley, KOMU 8 News.
Let's dig into Boone County's numbers. The uptick in cases largely comes from people in the 18 to 22 age group. The health department confirms in the last 7 days, the average positivity rate for this age group was 60.4%. The week before, it was 38.7%. Also in the last week, 18 to 22-year-olds accounted for 59.5% of all positive cases. The week before, it was 34.5%. And today, MU updated its COVID-19 numbers. The university reports 306 active cases. It says that's 1% of the student body. But these numbers don't exactly paint the full picture, as the entire student body has not been tested for COVID. Also, the university is including students in this number who are distance learners. That means they would never have stepped foot on campus even without the pandemic. MU's Chancellor Moon Choi was at the county's news conference today and talked about how the university will decide whether it moves classes online. He justified the decision to keep in-person classes going by pointing to local hospital capacity. Choi says MU has a similar population and number of confirmed cases to the University of North Carolina, which decided to move all classes online and send students home within 1 week. Choi says MU is in a better position than UNC because Boone County has more hospital beds.
While we have less than 10 deaths in Boone County, they have more than 50 in that county in North Carolina. And we are prepared. We have more hospital beds that are staffed, and the number of ICU beds is larger in Boone County by a factor of 3.
The university has said it is considering a dozen factors when deciding to keep campus open. It has not said what all of those factors are.
It's been a very busy day for weather across the nation. In fact, right now we've got two systems that I'm keeping an eye on. The first is this one here to our south and east. That's the remnants of Hurricane Laura. The one that will be impacting us, though, is this cold front right here, which is attached to this low pressure system up in Minnesota. You can see showers and storms forming along and ahead of this front. I don't think that they're going to reach all the way to our area, but we will be tracking those over the next few hours to see what they do. We do have rain chances later on tonight, but they're pretty small. For this evening, 87 by 7, 82 degrees by 9, down to about 79 by 11. The weather is looking fantastic for our Friday Night Fever football game. Coming up, we'll talk more about tomorrow, give you an in-depth forecast about our weekend, as well as talk about a return to some cooler weather. That's all coming up straight ahead.
Right now, Mexico High School has canceled its football game tonight against Centralia High School after a player on Mexico's football team tested positive. Centralia says it still plans to play future games. This is a developing story. We will update when we get more information at KOMU8 News at 9 and 10 and on our website, KOMU.com. And now let's send it over for week 1 of FNF in Jefferson City.
Ben Arnett, welcome to week 1 of Friday Night Fever.
Good to be here. This is exciting. You know, there's been so much anticipation for high school football, and we've got a busy night around mid-Missouri. We're going to get somewhere 14, 15, 16 games. You know how we always do it here on KOMU8 News with Friday Night Fever crews all over mid-Missouri, but we're here in the capital city for Capital City.
Right, and this is history in the making. It really is.
Yeah, you'll be able to tell, you know, your grandkids that you're out here for the first ever Capital City High School football game. They're taking on Warrensburg. We've got a great story about how the program came together under first-year head coach Shannon Jolly, and we'll talk to him live in sports.
All right, more Friday Night Fever in a few minutes, but for now, we'll send it back to the studio.
And a mid-Missouri football team kicks off for the first time tonight.
Plus, our weathercast is showing small sprinkles and showers out and about later on tonight. That's the first of several rain chances that we'll have. We'll discuss them all in detail coming up.